Good morning, everyone. Hello, Cancer. How are you? This is going to be Cancer's video for the month of February of 2023. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, I am Nicole. It's lovely to have you. For those of you returning, welcome back. Thank you for joining me once again. It is greatly appreciated. Cancer, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watchers, if that's you, discern the messages accordingly. Roles can be reversed. Cancer, I pray that this reading goes off without a hitch. You water signs have kicked my ass this week trying to get you guys done and uploaded. Pisces was a wash. I had to scrap it and start over. Scorpio took almost a full 24 hours to upload. So I hope you guys take it a little easier on me than Scorpio and Pisces did. So we're gonna jump into it, guys. Remember, this is not a one-on-one personal reading, so if you're interested in a reading, please feel free to reach out to me. That information is in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page, and I'll be happy to get you guys all set up for a personal reading. So I hope you guys are doing well. All right, let's jump into it. Cancer, what do we got going on here? They're talking about systems already. I'm not sure what that's about, but let's see. Systems. Maybe challenging some systems right now around you. Let's see. Cancer, please, Spirit. Cancer, please. I feel like you don't feel like you're getting any response to anything. I'm not sure what that's about. You may be having to push against the grain. It's almost like with the cards not or the cards not coming out already. Spirit is talking about just not getting the answers, not getting answers to questions about things that are around you. We've got perspective and revolution. There you go. Systems, pushing against systems, trying to affect change. You are seeing things in a different light. You may be learning a lot of things in the world around you at this time. It is as if you are done with the past. You're done with the way things have been done. It's kind of reminding me of the Hierophant energy, like what traditional values, things of that type of nature, where it's like you're no longer putting faith in something that you once did, and thus you're trying to affect change, which is a beautiful thing to do. It's, you know, sometimes we have different system breakdowns that require, you know, somebody to stand up and say something. And I kind of feel like that's what it is, because you're seeing it differently. Like maybe, you know, you had, I'm gotta be careful with what I say so I don't get censored. But, you know, when we look at the last couple of years, a lot of people have pushed back against the healthcare system, legal systems that have fallen apart. We're pushing back against those things, right? So for Cancer, for you, it may be you really stepping into this place of challenging, rather than you being challenged. Well, you are being challenged, but you're challenging the things that aren't working. Preservation. Some of you may be exhausted through this process. Some of you may be trying to reserve your energy. To me, this is also a card, it reminds me of Scorpio energy, but it also is about transformation. It's also about change. It affects change. It's bringing an end to things that are not working or not serving. And repetition. It's like, I'm tired of running the rat race of whatever the situation is, because it doesn't sit well with you inside. Like, you know that something is off, and thus, you know, you're trying to push for that change that needs to occur somehow. Spirit's telling me to go ahead and keep going with this deck, and there would be why, right? You see that flopping out. Stretch. I feel like this to me is not physical, this is mental. You may have to, when you talk about stretching the mind, pushing again, like I hate to say it pushing, but that's kind of how it feels to me, is like you've got to push and expand your knowledge to whatever this situation is. You're gonna have to do things. It may feel like you are in not so much turmoil, but there's a lot of chaotic energy, because it's like you've got to, your thought process is going in a thousand different directions. So it kind of feels like the mind is scattered, but it's going to serve you. Sounds weird, right? Like chaos is going to sound weird. We don't want chaos, we want peace. But I feel like it's taking and pulling certain pieces of different avenues around you that's going to, as you stretch the mind and think outside of the box, it's going to bring in more knowledge and more awareness to whatever it is that's surrounding you at this time. You know, this could be work too. I feel like you feel like things have been broken. It can be very emotional for you guys as water signs. You know, it's kind of like trying to fight fire with fire is how this feels to me. Absence. Again, I feel like you've been reaching out, not getting any answers, and it's leaving you in a state of like, now what do I do next? And let's see. Context. I feel like you're missing information and clarity. You're trying to gain clarity around a specific situation. The context, the information that you're needing. Again, it's almost like you've got to expand the mind in order to get the answers in which you're seeking. So it's going to be about a thought process. You know, I think with that preservation card, again, reminds me of Scorpio Revolution. Is kind of like the Hierophant for me in this deck, where, you know, systems, cycles, again, I'm kind of repeating myself, but this is how it's coming through, to challenge those things. And the context of it is the fact that you've got to, again, expand the mind, to look at it differently, to gain as much knowledge and resources as possible for whatever this situation is. Do not be afraid to speak up, because I feel like other people around you with this card of absence, it's almost like they're ignoring a situation. They're not honed in on what's going on at this time. And for you, you're wide awake and very aware of what's happening. But to me, like, one part of it is you're seeing it. This exercise of the mind to understand is just expanding immensely. So very interesting energy. All right, so for February, let's see. But what I was saying too, I got sidetracked, was the preservation with Scorpios, that scorpionic energy. They're researchers. They will research. Like, you want to mess with a Scorpio type energy, like, they do research better probably than the FBI does if you piss them off. I kind of feel like that's where this is coming in from. Like, you're trying to protect something, trying to preserve an energy of something. Very interesting energy. All right, for Cancer. For Cancer. I really do feel like you guys are trying to affect change. And it's funny, I did a reading for somebody locally, and we had a little bit of a similar conversation. So it's interesting to see this message is forbidden. Again, there's a lack of communication, there's a lack of understanding. It's like secrecy surrounding a situation, where, you know, I've got forbidden and I've got messages, right? There's secrecy surrounding something around you. Somebody may be withholding, again, information from you, and yeah, denying you the right to hear the messages and movement, denying you the right of passage forward. Something is kind of stopping you in your tracks. But I want you to understand that whatever information you've acquired through whatever this particular situation is in your life, you're understanding aspects, and the understanding card kind of popped out too. You are understanding. There's more to this than meets the eye. So very, again, very interesting energies there. Let's see. Be inquisitive. Spirit is saying for you to be inquisitive. Now is a time for you to read, research, renew things, even though we're post shadow, of course, and have been from Mercury retrograde, but still, like, you know, to replan. You know, once we come out of Mercury retrograde, where communication is shitty and we have a hard time understanding and communicating in general, or speaking, we still have that post shadow, but this is also a time that you're getting clarity somehow from the muddle and the muck that happened prior, and you're going to be able to discern this information better and more accordingly, so that you can make changes in the future of how you move forward, right? Okay, so let's see. I would say to you also, Spirit is showing me silence. Keep the information that you're obtaining to yourself right now. You know, move in silence kind of feeling. So I don't know what it is. It's almost like you need to have it in your back pocket for a particular reason. How many cards do we have here? The corn. Oh, there's 3. Understand that, you know, you're working towards harvesting something that is going to be beneficial. Spirit is calling it to your tribe. So whatever your tribe is for you. So this could be business, this could be home, this could be, you know, whatever. You're waiting for specific details. Soul retrieval. You know, when we think about like ayahuascas and things like that, and in shamanic medicine, soul retrieval is where we go to, you know, to figure out parts of ourselves, right? And in this, I feel like you are working through, like, this situation surrounding you is going to help put you on the trajectory as to why you're even here, what your higher calling is in this life. It's going to take a lot of examination. You may feel pushed, you may feel pulled, you may be dealing with a lot of emotions at this time that affect your foundations. But you have worked towards something, and you feel like what you've worked towards is being denied. Okay, that soul retrieval again. You're working towards something. It can be a lot of work to get through this time period for you guys through February. The flow. Remember that that's where you need to be. Spirit is saying the being in flow of a situation is where you need to be. It's almost like flickers of light, flickers of how would I put it? Like, it's almost like little bits of information come in at a time. Like, you're gonna start accumulating what keeps returning to you. It's funny how that comes out, but it's coming in, and you're going to be aware of it. You're gonna hang on to it, and it's going to accumulate. So as you get this information, as you get whatever it is that you're needing for this situation, for you specifically, be in flow, alchemize with what it is that you are getting whenever you feel like you're not getting answers. Okay, very interesting messages this morning. I like this though, because it seems to run very deep. Scorpio here, right? Like, we run very, very deep. So very, very interesting stuff. All right, let's do a past, present, and future. All right, for Cancer. Spirit said, send my love. Send my love. So you may be sending love to somebody. You may be at a distance from whomever this might be. For Cancer. Listen, I'm telling you guys, like, whatever this is, it's bringing something together. It's unifying something. You've got the second chakra, which is our sacral, right? Our emotions, our external world, sexual desires. You know, there's tons of stuff that, you know, sits with the second chakra. Through this, in the present energy, victory ends up being a 10. It's a cycle of completion, moving forward. The next card out for the future is the Sun, new beginnings. It's number 1. So we're going from a 9 to a 10 to a 1, starting a new cycle, opening up to beautiful things. The caring connections, number 5, is the underlying. It brings things together. There's a space of love. There's a space of giving. There's a space of trying to do things for the right reasons at this point in time for you guys. A lot of yellows, a lot of golds, right? Like sunshiny energy, makes you feel good. So whatever you're doing, whatever your purpose or your passion is that you're working on at this time, it makes you feel good to step into the light of these situations, even if they are hard, because I feel like you're coming at it from a soul's level. You're coming at it with emotion and feeling that's tied to you're gaining confidence, you're gaining the willpower, you're gaining the energy to move forward through these challenging situations. But nothing is done without hard work sometimes. So you've got to persevere through whatever these situations are. So Cancer, second chakra, let's see what's happening here. Second chakra, let's go. Leo in the double. Strength in the double. All right. Like, I do feel like you're being, it's like you're getting some pushback too. You may be dealing with some toxic energies surrounding you at this time. Two of Pentacles. Second chakra, please, Spirit. Whatever this is definitely taken a toll on you. It's like, do I hold on to this heartbreak? Do I let it go? Two of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. You may also feel like your confidence is taking a hit at this time as well. Father of Pentacles or King of Pentacles. Let's see, card of Taurus there. Spirit. Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, this may be affecting your money. This may be affecting your finances. Looking at all these pentacles here, there's a lot of them. But it's like, it's trying to reach a space of stability within a situation. There you are, Chariot energy, Cancer energy, excuse me. The Tower reverse, Capricorn, Scorpio. Something may have kind of come to the surface back around December at some point as well. That Chariot energy, you could be June, July, could be a very important time marker for you as well. And with that Tower there, I don't feel like that's time. It's rather that's when you started to see cracks in foundations that were being upheld, that weren't they weren't of value to you. It was like, I thought that these things were steady. I thought these things were stable, and maybe they're not. So if you're pertaining to your personal finances, maybe, the money that you had saved up for a rainy day didn't cover the things that you thought it would. And of course we had inflation happen. So then that changes the game altogether, right? Like where $2 was great, now you need $5 to cover the 2. So if it's something like that, you may be having to revise how you're handling your money and funds at this time. If this pertains to a home space, you may be finding that relationships are maybe faulty in a way that you thought you were very confident in at one point. They brought you a lot of good feelings, good desires, and now you're recognizing that these situations are not as you thought they were. We go back to that revolution, right? That revolutionary energy in the beginning, checking with systems and the way things are working around you, whether this is at work or legal or whatever it might be. Again, you may be seeing cracks in the foundations of how Spirit is saying, like, hierarchy and monarchy type stuff is, in there. Like maybe what you thought once was very put together, well-grounded, best interest of everybody, you're seeing cracks at the foundation level and going, wait a second, this is not as stable. This is not as healthy as I thought that it once was. And it creates a lot of disappointment attached to that. Present energy, you've got the card of Victory. Let's see, the Sun card. I'm telling you guys, like, something, it's almost like something is being, that sun to me illuminates so much. I always think of the day time and the nighttime. Like, in the dark, things are covered up, that moon energy. With the sun, we can see so much around us. It's so much different, right? We see so much more. And to me, you are seeing something. So I feel like there's an awakening process that's happening through this sense of victory. Seven of Wands, standing your ground, pushing back. I talked about that earlier, right? Pushing back. Or you may be feeling like you're getting some pushback, and you also may be pushing back, not being afraid. And there's that moon energy. For as much as there is being shown, just as much is being hidden at this time as well. I do feel like this is a foundational energy. You have the four of Wands is celebrating success. It's our foundations. It's the 4 pillars so that we can build up throughout the the tarot deck. But I do feel like there are aspects of things that are being hidden, and part of that is the communication. You've got the Page of Swords there. underneath the moon. Communication is being altered in how it's being received. But again, I talked about those flickers of light. I seen that hummingbird card, and that's what brought that to me through spirit, right? Is the flickers of light. And if you see this, like, you're gonna get there they are. There's those little flickers of light, right? Little things, little bits and pieces will come in, and it's almost kind of cryptic how it comes in for you. But through this information that you're gaining, you're going to be able to complete a cycle. You've got the World card closing out a cycle, because I feel like what it is you're learning this information, you're taking what it is for you in, you know, and through that, you're able to close out a cycle to start a new one that's going to lead to some happiness in the long run. The 10 of Wands, you're going to have to persevere, leave your emotions out of it, because it's going to free you up. The 6 of Wands is victory and success, but it's going to be outside of your emotions. If you want to have clarity surrounding a situation, you want to move forward, you're going to have to keep your emotions out of it. I know, funny, right? Haha, we're a water sign. Like, good luck, because it's, you know, you're going to be able to discern this confusion, which is the 7 of Cups here. Mother of Pentacles, you're far more stable and grounded, and you're going to have to put in the fight to get this to get the work done. But you're going to have to leave your emotions out of it, free yourself from that. But you're going to transform this energy so that you can push through that 10 of Wands, to persevere, to you know, you get to that 10. The 10 of Wands can be very heavy, can be very burdensome, but at the same time, you're at the end. You're closing out this particular cycle, which is going to benefit you. All right, future energy, guys. The Sun. You're saying free to dance. Temperance in reverse. We got Sagittarian energy. I think I talked about December as well. 4 of Pentacles. You've got to keep your emotions in check. Whatever this is, like if you're just frustrated and like you want to go, what the fuck? Like, you're going to have to keep your emotions in check. The 6 of Pentacles. Whatever is, Spirit is saying being brought to the surface will be repaid. So, you know, for each of you, it's going to be different. We've got the Father of Cups presenting itself as love, nurturer, caring, open-hearted. You got that 5 of Wands at the bottom. Let's see for future conditions for Cancer for February, please, Spirit. Spirit is also saying have faith. You may be partnering with somebody to reach this level of experience, Spirit is saying, and also reaching this level of accumulating, there we go, there's the word, accumulating what you need to see yourself through this particular situation. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are put together. There's that Mother of Pentacles, Mother of Cups, and the Page of Cups. You know, keep showing your energy of love. You have to keep your emotions out, but yet nurture a situation, right? It's like houseplants. Like if you're anything like me, I kill houseplants. There's that Scorpio, right? You know, you have to water them if you want them to grow. I'm not great at that. I can make a garden, but I can't deal with houseplants. It's just me. But you have to nurture them. So, you know, it's not that I don't love my plants. I just don't give them the attention they need. So with that, like, you have to nurture. You're going to have to keep your emotions out of it, but yet you're going to have to nurture a particular situation to see through it. You are very protecting of this mother energy comes through very strongly, and that the way it feels to me is very nurturing, very stable, very protective, very grounded. You're going to have to uphold that, because I feel like that's what's going to transform this situation. It's going to be how you show compassion, how you show empathy, how you show different you know, it's, you know, more bees with honey rather than vinegar, kind of the same thing there, right? So it's going to be on how you handle yourself moving forward through a process that's going to determine the overall outcome. So, you know, it's free will choice. You always have, you know, you can get hasty and huffy when it comes to this, or you can address it from a loving space and hope for more, because karma will be repaid, right? All right, let's see. Just carrying connections. Whatever this connection is going to bring in healing energy, rest, rejuvenation. a period of enlightenment as well, gaining enlightenment. The Two of Wands, oh gosh, a bunch of them came out. Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. You're working towards something. Nine of Pentacle energy, Strength card, Leo, Five Cups in reverse. You're going to come out of whatever this heaviness is that sits around it that may just be pushing you at this point or testing your will. But when it comes to this connection of whatever this connection is for you, it's bringing in healing energy where you're getting, again, clarity, and then you're taking decisive action. You're learning, again, that Eight of Pentacles is learning, entrepreneurship, researching, studying, mastering a craft, being diligent in the work that you're doing, and you guys are doing that. So whatever it is, you are learning things, you're nurturing things within you and for you so that you can affect change around you. And that's really, again, very lovely energy. You are being the change. Oh gosh, I dropped the book. Hang on a second. All right, I'm making a mess. All right, guys, let's get you a card of advice from Spirit, and then we're going to wrap this up. I'll get this posted for you guys. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising too if this doesn't resonate with you. And then I've got a few more signs. The February readings will all be out, and then I'll be jumping into love readings. It's usually not my thing, but oh, it's Valentine's Day, right? So I can buck up and deal with it. All right. White Light Oracle. Let's see. I love her stuff. Alana Fairchild. She's got gorgeous stuff. Of course, we got two of them. Let me see. All right. There's that cup opening up to divine sun. Look at that sun. You guys have the sun here so many times over. Look at that. It's just stunning. And mandala of the heart. Again, I'm not going to read both book definitions, but that mandala of the heart, you're protecting something that means something to you, right? You're in a space of like incubation, of resting, surrounding yourself with things that make you feel comfortable and alive, but yet you're resting with it at this time. So something is bringing you understanding and bringing in protective energy. I'm going to try to say this appropriately. Number 38, Devara Partra. I don't know that I'm saying that right, but there it is. I love these cards. They're so beautiful. Even if I can't pronounce them, they're absolutely stunning. But the light, again, is being shown. Like your love for something, as much as I'm telling you, keep your emotions out of it. I know, contradictory, right? But we can keep, when we're dealing with outside circumstances, we have to sometimes leave our emotions out of it. But yet we can love wholeheartedly regardless. And express those emotions in a healthy manner somewhere. But you're gaining an understanding of wisdom. It's just like the heart and the head are getting in alignment. They're on the same page. They understand what one is doing, what the other needs to do, and it's supportive energy. Very beautiful. And that breaks down to an 11 or a 2. Again, that unification of situations, and then that 11 being a master number. So let's see. I'll read you the definition, and then on and on for today. All right, so out of confusion, a clear and progressive pathway is opening up for you. It is an auspicious time to give generously of yourself to others, enriching the quality of your connections, expressing spiritual blessings of goodwill and encouragement from your heart. A powerful blessing is entering your world. A prayer is now being answered in a beautiful way. Spirit gives freely and generously of all good things, and the task of humanity is learn how to receive. The key to receiving is an open, surrendered, generous, and trusting heart. The Holy Grail is the sacred chalice. It is a powerful, living, regenerative, and deeply healing symbol of hope and blessing. It will interact with each soul in its own way. For your soul, that may involve a recognition that the light is always seeking you, wanting to fill and heal and bless and protect you, to initiate you into awareness of the realms of light, beauty, and divine presence. It may remind your heart to receive that you are capable of being a channel for goodness, grace, abundance, and pure light. It may be recognized as a sign of future blessings of something truly desired finally coming to pass. The sacred grail is hope. It is a blessing. It is both a portent of fulfillment and the inner meanings by which we connect with the love language of light and truly receive. In Sanskrit, patra means goblet or vessel. It is not only an object, but can be a teaching or even a sublime teacher or heavenly being within whom we can dwell. It is that which holds us in a loving way, our soft place to fall. In learning how to receive, we also learn how to be received, how to be fully beheld, which is an expression of unconditional love. When we experience being loved, we learn how to love in such a way too. We become a true receiver, nurturer, protector of the heart. The sacred chalice reminds us of our potential to hold, but also of the generosity of the universe in providing for us so we too can be held and receive all we need. Dharma in Sanskrit for a pathway, an opening or portal, a doorway, or even means or method. The oracle of Dharma Partra indicates the way for your deepest fulfillment is via the receptive faculty of the sacred feminine. Talked about the feminine energy, that mother energy, right? The feminine way is organic, creative, responsive, spontaneous, and effective. It is not constrained by our human perceptions of what is or not possible. In honor and empower the sacred feminine genius in our lives requires a considerable shift from our mainstream conditioning and into spiritual surrender. Allowing her method rather than blocking her love creativity in our lives entails the movement from head to heart. That means you will not necessarily understand how a situation will work out, yet you feel the inner guidance to proceed in a particular way. Your inner guidance will often seem to disregard the otherwise convincing realities of the outer world. That inner wisdom has allegiance to a deeper truth than appearances can convey. You may wonder at times if you're crazy or to follow an internal guidance system so at odds with the way the majority of the people move around in the world, but yet you will know in the depths of your being that the inner guidance is true and wise. As you invert your priorities from ego to soul, you'll invert your locus of orientation from head to heart, from outer to inner reality. You will trust what your heart knows, whether or not it makes sense to your logical mind, or to anyone else's for that matter. This oracle foretells happy, heartfelt manifestations and a true blessing coming to your life. Whatever you're doing and pushing against, open your heart space, because you're going to have things that are coming into you. Again, I think I said to you, like little bits and pieces. It may be confusing to you. It may not make sense. But in due time, it's leading you to a beautiful pathway. That sun, right? That sun is beautiful. I just want to keep going. The sun, the sun, the sun. You've got it 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got just the way the sun comes out in these cards, how highlighting of those yellows, solar plexus energy, right? So just dive into it, open up wholeheartedly to it. It's doing something for you that I don't think you were prepared for. But I really enjoyed this reading. Now, as long as you guys upload without giving me any problems, I'll appreciate you, because Pisces and Scorpio wasn't too bad, but Pisces, good gravy. That was something. All right, guys. Well, that's it for February. Discern the messages accordingly. Understand, I don't think this was a love reading. I think this is what's going on in your soul's path. The path to enlightenment itself can be very interesting. And I love this for you guys. Stay steadfast and strong in what it is that you're doing at this time. If you found this video resonated for you, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. It is one of the greatest ways to show appreciation for not only my channel, but for other folks too, if you're checking out their stuff too. We all appreciate it very much. Again, if you want a one-on-one, links down below, the email. And so guys, I'm wishing you the best month of February. Hang in there. You're working towards a greater good for yourself and for others, and that's amazing. So keep doing what you're doing. And we have to unlearn everything we've ever learned about ourselves or the world around us, so that we can learn it in a way that resonates with our soul, right? All right, guys, I'm wishing you the very best February ever. Take care of yourselves. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.